Hey, everybody. Talking to you up top here. Before we get into talking with my dear friend, Kevin Bowers, who we'll get to know a little better in a second, have a couple plugs for him. He's been up to a lot lately. Right now, guy's got 2 film screenings at the Canne Film Festival. One of them's called Falling in Love in a Coffee Shop by Wax Idiotical. You can check it out on waxidiotical.com and on YouTube. Another one is called Ideal Wife, as in like iPod, and check your local film festival listings because it's been making the circuits. He's also working on a top secret comedy project with some big name South Shore comedians. If you know anybody in that scene, they might be involved, but hush hush. Won't say any more about that. And he's also working on pitching a little bit of a TV show. It's a little bit involving some fights in bars, and let's say it's being pitched to channels that might be interested in fighting in bars and things that, you know, men's like to get up to. That sort of thing. So he's been busy. He's a busy bee. He's a biggie egg. A biggie egg? Yeah, he's a big egg. He's a guy who's been up to a lot. He's a good guy. He's a goddamn wizard. He definitely wouldn't be up to all this grandioseness if it wasn't for his expertise helping myself out. And I also have to give enormous props to our dear audio wizard, Mr. Joseph Coppolotti, who made all this fancy future tech shit possible. But, you know, yeah, I wanted to talk to you up top. It had been a while. I kind of recorded a bunch of these when a bunch of these goons, were all coming to visit. So it's been a while since I've been spitting into microphones. I have a whole new rash of interviews to run in the upcoming weeks. I got to be busy. I'm going to be busy, so I have to get these chops back up. Got to get back into it. Yep. Well, you got some more stuff to looking forward to. We got a ton of interesting people coming on in ahead. You got some more rants from me. So, all right, shut up, self. Listen to it. You're listening to Holden Court Radio. And I'm your host, Chris Zimmerman. This week, we got Kevin Bowers on. He's director of photography. He's worked on a lot of film projects. Happens to be a friend. Happens to be a sweetheart. He does a lot. Let's talk to him about it. What do you say? Fuck this guy. Fuck this. I'm just going to sit here while he runs his gab for a few. Dude, I'm so fucking glad you came down. How you feeling in the city, man?
Good. I'm glad to be here. Finally.
Were you feeling like Dan's secret designs of like, gotta get Kev to love New York?
Like I've been wanting to come down for like the longest time, but I've been working at the liquor store.
Are you still doing that? Or?
No,
you quit?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
That's why I've been able to.
The entire time I've known you, you've worked at that thing.
Yeah.
Cheers on that, bud. Bummer, the free booze is gonna end for you.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I'm still gonna be doing like a day or two, like a month.
Kind of like a part-time shift, but like
Sunday,
really.
Just like to get time and a half money. It's not just a little extra.
But
cash,
that's good.
you know?
You're still on in with them, so they'll like toss you those good shifts.
Yeah, but then now I've been doing the editing almost full time.
You've been doing a lot of you're full-time editing.
Not full time, but like it's enough to quit the job.
Now it's funny because like I think the first job we were talking about. Back in the day when I was still in Quincy, we were all like knuckleheading around. You're like, dude, I just graduated.
Yeah.
You were not talking like Dan though. That was not. Yo, no, what, fucking dude? It was more just kind of you were looking at some like wedding gigs.
Yeah, I did one of those. I actually did 2 of those, and then
we do mostly like camera work and like film.
Yeah, see, I don't have the best gear for that type of a thing.
And is it like with film? Do you need to almost supply your own gear, or they don't want to talk to you?
Freelance stuff, yes, most of the time.
Yeah.
You need to you need to have your own stuff, or else people aren't going to value.
What do you got for a camera these days, or what are you shooting on mostly?
I shoot on just a Canon 60D DSLR. It's nothing fancy, but it's good. Do
you got like a rig you edit on, or like?
I just on my computer.
Where you got like a serious beast at the moment, or
no? It's a shitty laptop. But like I'm doing all the editing on that project I'm currently on in-house in Revere.
Is that the one you're doing? You were just saying with Sean Carter, who's runs the open mic.
No, that's a different one.
Oh.
But that one's cool too. Actually, yeah.
You got so many goddamn projects.
Yeah.
We were talking about your plugs, and it was just like, all right, they got this 2 films in Cannes.
Yep.
Cannes. Is it Cannes or Cannes? I've been calling it Canes, and people are like, "Are you disabled?"
No, I think it's Canne Film Festival.
Are you gonna go?
Oh no, it's already happening. Like
It's like right now.
I think they were screening our film today. In
Holy shit!
One of the big rooms, and they've been doing it the last few days.
Dude, that's some heat. You're gonna try and like market off of any of that?
I should. But I'm more kind of focused on the other thing I'm doing right now.
Which one's that?
The Bar Room Brawling.
Oh yeah. Now I was joking with Dan last week because he was giving me a little bit of information on it.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like Bar Rescue meets UFC.
I mean, it's less of the bar rescue, more of the UFC, but it's less of they're not like professional fighters.
It's like a TV show you guys are trying to pitch, right?
Yeah. They're talking, I think, to a few different networks, so hopefully something goes through.
Comes
I
through.
Can't say who, but like I
But people that might be interested in bar room fights.
Yeah.
People like who
like
might be interested
manly
in that,
type shows.
You know. But dude, that rules. And this is the premise kind of like dudes throwing down in bars, and it's like, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Oh, it's like this guy walks into a bar and finds like one guy and then brings him to another bar and finds another guy, and he's like, all right, you guys have a week to train.
Fight.
Coming back in here in the same bar, and we're gonna fight in a week. And that's what happens. But they get like money at the end as part
Dude,
of
that rules, and you're shooting the whole
cool.
thing.
It's actually pretty. It's like not a bad idea.
Are they shooting it around Boston or?
We shot in Dorchester in South Boston.
Perfect. I'm sure you can go into many bars there and find some biters.
Yeah. Well, like the idea is eventually to go around to different cities in the country.
Oh, dude, that would rule. Dude. That's something to get in on. If you can ride that one, that's some serious credits and probably some dope money.
Yeah, I hope so.
TV money. Dude, I was just thinking, too. I mean, it's like, I feel like a lot of these, whether it's like film or comedy, because I was just talking with Joe Palmer, about like you get your tribe. And I feel like with film, do you kind of get like your person, like your producers, and then they come and tap you again and again for different projects? Do you think these Canes people could be your tribe and you like maybe get some more work from down the road?
Well, see, with that, it's more so like for Wax Idiotical, the group that did the Falling in Love with the Coffee Shop one, that was screening, I think, like today. I hope that they get more stuff out of it. They're gonna pitch a feature-length movie idea.
That rules.
While they're there to some people, so hopefully they'll get some funding for that.
I don't know if I've seen the whole thing, but I do remember that one. I do remember seeing clips of that one you showed.
We also shot like a small scene from like their feature-length script that like.
It's kind of like to plug it and be like a proof of concept sort of thing.
So hopefully that works. And actually, like just before they left, like the day before they left, we shot another Boston 48. So hopefully we're screening that, I think, Tuesday.
It's funny, man. I had no idea about like the 48-hour film stuff, and like you've been doing a bunch of those.
Yeah, those are fun. Like they're not like they're more so just like fun little competitions to test yourself.
But you get some skills and you like meet people.
If you win those things, which
you get some clout,
you do get some good stuff out of it.
And I knew in Boston, we should have hung out with him. You would have loved this kid. He's a bit of a stoner. He's a sweetheart. He's a game developer and does all those game jams where like it's like a similar thing to the 48, but it's like 24. You just go, everyone just gets drunk and stoned, and you like program a game, and then everyone plays the game at the end.
I've never even heard of that. That's awesome.
It's a similar thing to the 48, but it's just like different stuff, and it's like all for competition. You don't get to sell it, but hey, you can make a good name.
And that's
for yourself.
great because like things like that, like such amazing stuff can come out of just an afternoon of people like seriously trying hard.
You can put together an idea. Sometimes if you're like just fucking around in an afternoon, nothing gets done.
Yeah, it's rare. I think rarely. Like people assume that you can kind of just like, oh fuck it, we'll just last minute we'll just go and do whatever we try.
Yeah,
you can't just. You have to prepare a little bit. I think
it keeps those skills wet.
And when you have like a group of people that really want to be there and really know what they're doing, that helps too.
And that competitive edge.
That too.
Yeah, you kind of get like, oh, we got to beat this other fucking team.
Yeah,
we can't let that shithead beat us.
There is only one best film there's only one best actor. There's only one best,
Ooh, out of the whole competition. So
out of each city.
Do they do like an honorable mention or no, not even.
Not really. No.
Oh, dude, that's brutal.
They have done like a runner-up or like second. They do, I think. Yeah, I think they do best of, like, they do a first place and a second place, but that's about it.
I mean, not to be like too old man about it, but it's like, damn, dude, you've been doing all this from South Shore Boston, man. You've been like throwing down, getting all this work.
Yeah.
I mean, like the story in the old day was just like you got to go to L.A. to do anything, and I mean, I feel like New York's really trying hard. They got a lot of TV.
Yeah, I like it out here.
It's I think one of them. It's like. It's very much the East Coast answer to LA as far as like film entertainment goes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything's LA is still LA, but I feel like even Boston's come a long way. Now that they're finally starting offering like film credit tax shit, so people actually come and do stuff. But I feel like Rhode Island was really on top of that. Weirdly, I work at that weirdo company. It's like weirdo. Like one of the kids like left the job because he got scooped up to work in Woody Allen's production company.
That's pretty sweet.
For one of those films, he was shooting a scene.
Yeah.
In Rhode Island, it's like these weird people just coming to these states and like scooping up talent.
Yeah, I mean, if you impress the right person, that's all it really takes.
What are you thinking though? I mean, my whole angle is I'm glad you're down here, and I'm sure Dan's like secret thing is just like gotta get Kev to love New York, and then everyone comes to New York, and then we all just fuck around and be savages. But
yeah, New York's great. So far from what I've seen,
we got hammered around Brooklyn.
I've been here before.
No, yeah, back in the day with the first iteration.
Yeah, and even before that. But like, it's always been like kind of the touristy side of things.
Dude, I know exactly what you mean. Like as a kid, going those field trips, you get dragged through Times Square.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like Times Square too. It's like I like the lights.
I like the feel. I love going there. I'm not one of those local dudes who's just like, oh, it's garbage. You don't want to see it.
No, I'm like, oh, the lights.
Oh, yes. 14 Dora the Explorers. Come, I want to get a picture with all of you at once.
Yeah.
Please take your helmets off. I just want your actual faces, please.
Imagine if it was actually Dora the Explorer.
Oh, the voice actor?
No, like the cartoon. Like all of a sudden, like you start tripping balls and you're like, oh, God.
Map's here. Map. I watched way too much. Dora the Explorer. That was when I used to get very regularly stoned. Would watch some Dora, little Go Diego Go.
Spanish.
You know, like Andiamo. Gracias.
I should watch that show.
Abuela.
Fuck Duolingo and fuck Rosetta Stone. Just get Dora.
Kids programming all the way, man. Little Sesame Street. Get that shit. Dude, this whole neighborhood's like Sesame Street. Sometimes I walk. I always like look at the ground when I'm walking around, just like miserable, just staring down. Like every once in a while, you're like, oh, it's a sunny day. Holy shit, it's goddamn Sesame Street everywhere you look.
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers coming down. It's fucking, dude. But, I mean, it's weird. Like, the little bit of film ingress I get is with people I knew from back in the day, and they all are joining, like, productions unions and stuff like that, and they're all, like, part of Art Local, blah, 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 this thing, that, blah, blah. And it becomes, I mean, there's, like, apparently you're, like, set once you're in a union,
once you're
right?
in the union, you're good, because then you're getting all the contracts, really, from there on.
Is that how they go? Like, are you right now doing the, like, longshoreman thing where, like, I show up at the docks, see if there's any work?
Well, it's funny. I actually found the main thing I'm doing, the Bar Room Brawling thing, from Craigslist. And, like, I'm cool with that. Like, that's kind of how I hoped it would happen.
Dude.
Like, I'd go on the internet and Craigslist, and all of a sudden I'd be working on a Hollywood production, and that's kind of how it's happening.
I seriously thought the only thing on Craigslist as far as film go is, like, need someone to show up at hotel, film fucking. We want to get a Boston pornography
well, that's what most of it is.
But you found the one diamond.
Yeah. You just got to find it, and then it's all timing, I think.
Now, dude, I mean, what I was saying earlier with like the wedding stuff, where it's like, dude, goddamn, I think you made the jump where it's like, thank God, this is what the whole point was, to do like creative work as opposed to being like, all right, I'm just the shock jock sitting behind the lens at another wedding.
I mean, see, like, I'd still rather do weddings and stuff, I think.
Was that paid? They pay.
Then, yeah.
Well, that's a
over,
very dependable.
Like, maybe like over news or something like that, because like that's kind of. I don't know.
I knew a producer for ABC who does like that sort of stuff, but that's a whole nother racket. That's an entirely
it's a very fast pace, and like
they're just always in vans driving to places.
Yeah, and like at least with weddings, you can get the money, and like also like
it's a sure thing.
You can be like creative with it a little bit.
I feel like there is like a certain level though where it's like it'll only pay as much as a wedding pays, and you're not doing Kardashian and Kanye weddings where it's like, yo, money, 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 what you want.
No one really is anymore.
Well, really, like since you've been doing it, is it kind of like a little drought of cash flowing through?
No, not. I mean, that's some. I mean, if you can find the work and
you can do it.
Yeah, and if you're in like the right, it depends on like what you do. Like I've talked to sound people that make pretty good money
doing strictly like video sound work.
Yeah, like if they get on like their day rate or their half day rate is like pretty high. And it's good because then they're getting paid what they should be getting paid.
Are you at the point where you can set your rate, or is it kind of like?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, it depends.
It's kind of like who you're talking to, sort of thing. Yeah, where you can be like, "Hey, come on, give me seriously."
It depends on what we're doing, how much stuff I would have to rent or buy, or if I already have it. There's a lot of details, but that's all contracts and boring stuff.
We're going into contract talk.
Contract talk.
We're talking about contract law.
Ooh, and this is holding court.
We're holding court over contract.
Contract.
God damn it. I know. I had to change the name to Holding Court Radio because there's literally like a legal, like a pair of lawyers and like
contracts, man.
that just talk like contract shit, and they're like, we're holding.
We're crossing over. Actually, this is the actual holding court.
We're the real one.
We've been joking about this comedy thing.
It's all a lie. We don't do films. We don't do that. We're lawyers. Yep. Both of us are lawyers.
This is all a sham.
Oh shit! Can we get arrested for like impersonating lawyers or shit? I don't know what that is.
No,
it's not like cops.
No, cops you can get.
Lawyers don't have a uniform, so you're not like a badged thing.
Yeah, their uniform is a suit, and like, I own a suit,
and
so I'm a lawyer.
hey, you print out. Is it like I got a like a theology doctorate off of one of those websites where you can be like, you're now a priest for our cult. You just buy it for $30.
I thought that was just so you can like get people married.
Yeah,
at
you
weddings.
can do that, but it's like eventually that's going to be the same with lawyers, where you can be like,
I bought this online. I'm a lawyer now.
University of Phoenix. It's good. It's good.
University of Phoenix.
I know, sitting here chugging beers.
Oh, and then the other thing was the Sean thing too.
I was gonna say, actually, I was gonna just jab you with that one. You're shooting that with well, that's the funny crossover here as we all rolling. You're part of the comedy crew. You're part of the comedy South Shore comedy crew.
Actually, I was just saying to Dan and Joe, like, I don't know if you were in the room too for that. Like,
I might have been taking a shit.
I'm not. I'm not like a comedian. I've done it a couple times, but like it's fun to be here.
You go up you go up from time to time, and
it's just not like what my main focus is. I do other stuff.
Is there any? I feel like, would you have gone into it if you hadn't found film? Maybe more. Who knows? That's like
tough to say because I've been doing video stuff since
forever.
Yeah, I really started getting into it in high school.
Now, I was going to say, didn't you do a little bit of the filming for your guys' music videos back in the day with the band you and Dan were?
A little bit. I did. I had my guitar teacher who became a photographer, like professional photographer, and does really good work still, Sam Haddix. He shot our original music video, and then I edited the final cut of it. And then the more recent video that I shot a tiny bit of it, but like it was mostly another guy.
Did you guys have like actual production? Because you guys got signed and you were like doing stuff. Did you get like a whole crew thing?
No, we didn't get signed, but we worked with some pretty
big old
people.
Old dangs. Well, you were down in like Baltimore, right, recording the album, and is that where the band fell apart? If I remember the history, that was how that happened. But dude, it's a weird juggle. But I mean, you're working on this project now with Carter. And it's still Sean Carter, who's big name in Boston and South Boston comedy scene, and South Shore at least. But you guys are doing we don't have the name yet necessarily.
Yeah, it's still it's just like we're doing kind of like a web series type thing.
But I love the idea where it's like you take people's bits and it's my understanding. Stop me when I start fucking it up. But like the bits are going over the top, and like you might start with the bit in a club, but then it goes into and you actually shoot like the story.
Yeah, like we're gonna use like we talk to the comedian beforehand, and like we'll record their set, and then we figure out like what we want to shoot, and then
kind of what the angle is and how you're gonna do it.
Yeah, like we want to like kind of bring their sets to life by like recreating it usually with the comedian themselves as the main character, obviously, because it's usually in first person.
I mean, I don't think I've seen a live action one of these at all.
This type of thing has like similarly been done, but it's like more cartoony based.
I was gonna say I've seen like a few where like they add cartoon embellishments.
Yeah,
or
we
whatever.
want to kind of make it like more about like promoting the comedian, like the younger comedians, like the not the younger, but like the up and coming comedians.
So to be like an example, say if it was ancient days and you were shooting like Mitch Hedberg, you'd have him getting the bread, feeding the ducks,
like
sort of
getting
thing.
the donut receipt.
Yeah, and it'd be himself
filing
out
under
in the
D.
world.
Yeah. So yeah.
Dude, so I mean, you're in it. You're involved. We were goofing around. You were helping us with our short-lived films that lasted so shortly, unfortunately. But
good stuff though, quality stuff.
we had some fun. We were goofing. Dude, what's it called? I'm jealous in a lot of ways because you got like a great technical skill that allows you to then dive in and apply it across the board, whether it's weddings, whether it's barroom brawls.
Yeah, it is very that's honestly that's the reason why I went into it, because like I wanted to have something that is different every time you go to it, because I've worked at Stop and Shop. I've worked at grocery stores. I've worked at grocery
The liquor
stores.
store.
I've worked at liquor stores. Like I've done that mundane, boring type of job, and I hate it. And I want something that's exciting and fresh every day.
Dude, I'd feel so bad when you come off the shift and come join us in the garage back in the day.
Oh, God,
it was
it's
always
terrible. Yeah.
like you come off a trail of tears. It was just like fuck everything.
That's what it felt like. Yep.
God damn it, dude. I mean, your guy, like, you play the guitar, you do stand up, you've been doing all this stuff. You get diverse interests, is what I say. So it's like a good thing to like cut across the slice. Any preference? If you were to like choose like one of these, I had to lock into. Would you be able to shoot music videos for the rest of your life, or would it be?
Not really. Like, I've done a few, and they're fun, but no.
No.
Movies or like TV are really like my favorite. I don't know. I hate saying it out loud because it sounds so cliche and stuff like that. But I like TV shows. I like movies. So I'm gonna work in them,
dude. I got such a like short attention span. I'm so like locked into like YouTube shit now. I just like watch so much YouTube.
No, see, I don't know if that's a problem with me or something, but I keep off of a lot of that.
That's smart.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You kind of gotta kind of be in control of your own shit, you know. I'm just kind of like a kid at the store. It's like I eat what's in front of me, and I just eat garbage. It's just.
Oh, I mean, I eat garbage, too, but I know what you're saying.
But it's like you gotta kind of cater your own what you're ingesting as far as entertainment, or else you do get just fucked up, and it's like I haven't watched a movie in 6 years. All I watch is YouTubers playing Counter-Strike, and you go crazy.
And then that's all you know how to make is Counter-Strike videos.
And you're like, I never wanted to make.
Why isn't this fucking working for me?
I'm trying to make deep Woody Allen dramas, and all I watch are Counter-Strike.
Yeah, like
videos. Dude, it's like a weird landscape. I feel like stuff is shifting a lot. But I mean, again, like you were giving yourself some heat there about like it sounds cliche. This is fucking cliche. It's garbage. But like the internet is like throwing everything to askew. Same with music, same with film, same with everything. Where it's like so much of that shit that used to be well paid is now you're a free intern. Do it.
Yeah. You're doing a lot of things for experience.
That's my buddy Cole, who's a photographer we've had on earlier. It's like so much of the gigs you get are like, you get nothing but exposure. We're paying you an exposure. Yeah. And it's like, I can't eat exposure.
Yeah, like what is exposure?
Thanks for inviting me to this lovely party where I can't afford anything to eat or drink. And, dude, I mean, what do you feel about all this shit? I mean, it's like a weird thing. I mean, grew up in Quincy, born and raised. I grew up in Worcester, born and raised. And now we're in fucking New York. It's a weird fucking difference, man.
This is the first time you lived out here?
I would come down. I did like a gig during the 3 seasons, and then every winter I'd come down, and I'd live with a couple ex-girlfriends for a while. Nice. So I put in some time, but I never was like, this is it. I'm paying for my own. It was like they found the apartment. I would just kind of like be there and give them some money.
And you're here now.
And now am I on the lease? I'm like legally here. I have to pay this money or they're going to come find me.
Do you have the license yet?
No, dude. No, God.
No?
I have none of that. I'm not doing any of that
for as long as possible.
as long as possible.
What's like do you know the length of time that you're allowed to?
Until they catch me.
Nice.
Until they catch me. And now we're putting this out, so it might not be long.
Yeah.
But, oh, Jesus. It's not ears that I'm worried about. It's the algorithms. They get those vocal Google algorithms where they're just like filter law residency incorrect.
Because it could probably like write out what you're saying.
It's getting insane. Did
like
you?
Dragon.
I mean, I was reading some article where they beat the like memory law by like 7 years about how it gets better and better because they found out how to program cells to hold like each cell could hold 3 bits of information. They're like, we can just do infinite computers
That's
now.
so weird.
Dude, shit is weird.
Do you mean like biological cells?
Like biological computers they're
how
building.
can you like compute a biological how can you like give that a number?
This is why we are not at MIT
Yeah, that's
taking
so
over
true.
the world. This is why we're
They're
not
like making hybrids of cells and
the dog's the computer. The dog's the computer.
Yeah, I'm like,
The shit that comes out of the dog is the USB. There we go. Eat the USB, you'll get the data. Oh, shit.
that sounds like you're just eating shit, man.
Oh, that's the future. We're getting around the future. But I mean, dude, I had so much shit back in the day when I first came. I mean, I felt real at home at Quincy because it's like this is like Worcester. I know this place. I know everybody. This is
Safe.
This is familiar. It's safe and familiar. Where it's like still fucked up in a way, but it's like it's fucked up how I know. Here is like fucked up in like, holy shit, everyone's hot is garbage and has so much money.
It seems exciting though.
It is, but do you have? I always had those hang-ups. Do you have, or you don't get hung up on that, where it's like class and like money shit
I
with
do,
other people?
but like
I get so intimidated. I remember going to a girl's house who was like, I've never been in a house this big. Oh my God, your dad's loaded. It was just like, oh Jesus, I shut down and I can't talk. I'm just like, don't fuck up, don't fuck up.
Yeah, no, I have been in somewhat of that, but not as quite extreme though. But yeah.
You've had those moments where that like creeps in, and I'm not proud of it because I want to be the guy who's just like, fuck it.
Well, it's because I don't know. I've always been kind of the lower spectrum of that.
I've always been like lower middle working, like dancing around there somewhere. And
Yeah.
God, I'm probably under the poverty line. We probably all are. We're way under the poverty
Very
line
true,
these
yeah.
days. We're not making much money.
No.
But I mean, it's just I get hung up, and like I mean, I'm a little bit older too, so I got like friends and stuff who are like proing and like buying houses and getting married, and it's just like, no, dude, not doing any of that.
None of that.
Not doing any of that.
Well, you know what? I mean, who's to say not right now?
Not right now, but I mean, it's weird. I feel like to bring it all around, where it's like if you're choosing like where you want to go, like L.A. versus New York, I feel like there's more places in L.A. where you can be poor as shit and figure stuff out and still be like connected to the whole business and infrastructure. I feel like New York, it's harder and harder.
Well, I mean, maybe if you're really close to the city, but then again, that's the same exact thing probably in LA. Like,
money.
If you're close to the city,
it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just getting ridiculous.
because there's so many people in the world. Man.
Everybody wants. We're getting more and more people. They're not going to be less unless we have some. That's the whole thing. Everybody's like, we need less people, and it's like, you know what that means, right? Millions die. Oh my God, we getting heavy. We getting heavy.
Yeah, heavy.
We getting heavy.
Some Bill Burr like population.
That population bit.
Yeah.
Clear highways for miles.
Everyone could be in the Super Bowl.
I'm involved. Dude, what's it called? So, how's your like relationship to comedy changed at all now that you've been like going and like hanging around with everybody, going to mics and stuff? Because I only used to ingest comedy through specials.
Yeah, that's how I used to do it too. It's I don't know. I think about it a lot more, just kind of like in the back of my mind.
It's like, oh, that might be a bit. Or...
Yeah, but like a lot of it's just more ideas. I never really. That's why I don't do comedy so much, is because I have too many eggs in too many baskets, and I can't really like hash out a full joke. I have like a start to a joke, or like a beginning of a joke, or like an idea.
Do you think of it more as kind of like a hobby sort of thing, where it's kind of like, I enjoy
definitely.
doing this, it's fun, I can do it with my friends, but you know what? I see what it takes, and it's miserable, and I don't want to go through the grindhouse sometimes.
it's a lot of work for something that like isn't 100% what I want. So why would you
get halfway?
Yeah, I'm not gonna put all my time into something that I don't 100% want.
When meanwhile people are knocking on your door to do bar room brawls, and you have stuff that's like really spinning, be like, counterproductive.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm gonna spend the time doing what I want to do more. I think.
The idea occurs to me. Why the fuck? Well, I mean, it's more just a ton of work for you, but it's like, dude, people should be like knocking on your door in Quincy to have you just film their like 10 minutes. They should be like barging down to be like, you should just do straight. They should be like really ringing your bell and
people. I'd say my biggest tip that I've seen and what I've come across for comedians is try and just sell yourself more.
It's a weird thing. I mean, I think like all the comedy kids we know, everyone gets like so up in their head about like what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do and what they should be doing at this time in their career versus not. I feel like everybody's like, I haven't earned that yet.
Overthinking it.
People are like, I haven't earned that yet. Well, meanwhile, everyone else in every field is just like, what can I do to get in? What can I do to get in? I'll figure it out once I get there. Where there's such a more like, you got to earn it.
Yeah.
In comedy, everyone's like, you got to earn it. You got to earn it. You haven't earned that yet. I mean, people go insane when somebody who's like new starting out is getting like a big break. We know some people who like jumped up fast and started booked to colleges, getting on some paid things, and they're like started after us. And we haven't been doing it for all that long either. And it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Imagine people been doing it for 10 years, 12 years, and haven't gotten any break or heat, and they see these people who've been doing it for 6 months, and they're running and killing it. Some of it's marketing, and
some of it's marketing, yeah. Like a lot of it is social media, unfortunately.
I mean, it's funny. I never used any of that shit until comedy. I was just like something I kept from my exes and to do all that, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm on Facebook every day plugging gigs, talking gigs, liking gigs, doing gigs. Ugh. It's weird. It's weird. I feel like sometimes it's like getting locked into the system for the right reasons, but it's still just, I'm locked in the system. I'm on the grid now. They know where I am.
But it's how things work.
It's how you get jobs.
It's how the things work.
It's how people know who you are. I mean, I think the whole joke is, we won't say the name of the club, but there's some certain clubs where it's like, you have to have over 20,000 Twitter followers or you're not going to play here. You better have them.
That's ridiculous. But yeah.
Well, I mean,
it is a thing though, isn't it?
Love Boston. Oh, wait, what?
Ooh.
Who?
What was that?
Oh, yeah, like I am, like they're going to be like, he's on blast now, that nobody. He'll never perform our club, that nobody. I have no...
I wonder if you can like just like pay for a bunch of Twitter followers and be like, yo, let me get a spot here.
I think every follow I have on all social media is just one of those robots trying to sell me followers.
Or like sex.
Oh, how many roses, baby, for a good time? I miss those. Like the Boston Phoenix, the back pages. Those are just good reads. It's just good reads of like, I will pay for fuck for you. Coming down.
Special massage.
Special massages for days. 20 roses. Well, not 20 roses. No one's coming for 20 roses.
Yeah, that's Tinder.
Again, like 100 roses. 100 to 200 to 300 roses, depending on the experience.
Now, what does a rose equate to in dollars?
$1. I think it's $1. And you just say roses. One rose to $1.
So that the cops.
You know, it's a lot of. There might be a lot of inflation recently. Now it's more like
the rose has gone up.
Yeah, the rose is really going up. It's like bitcoins. Yeah. It's all over the place.
Who are they putting on the $10 bill? Or the
Harriet Tubman. Oh. Harriet Tubman's going on blast.
I thought it was gonna be Rosa Parks. Get it? Like Rose. It's a joke.
That would be a really expensive time. 100 Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks. Stupid.
I like that though. I wish you were going up. You should go up with that one. And just do like, I have one thing.
Rosa Parks.
It's not. She's not going on the bill, but it should be Rosa Parks. Then
only because me and Chris were talking.
We were talking about this earlier.
On the podcast. You can listen to it. Like in a few days.
And you'll like it. I think you'll laugh.
Maybe.
You'll have a good time. You might be about it. It's a thing. I gotta piss so bad. I wonder if I can make the cord stretch to the bathroom and pee and talk. But then we won't have.
How you doing?
We won't have the eye contact.
True.
The whole thing.
But I can hear you still.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see if I can pee and talk to you at the same time. Oh, look at this. I can't control the volume of my voice because I don't have the feedback anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
This is going to be good.
You still sound good, though.
It still sounds good?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to be peeing. So, Rosa Parks. Who's your favorite civil rights leader?
Martin Luther King.
MLK, is that just because he got a lot of streets named after him?
Or Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders? Do you ever...
No. I can hear you peeing.
This is wonderful listening.
This has been quality radio.
I'm pretty sure this won't get edited out. This will have to be in the final.
No, yeah, I like this.
This will be the intro.
Hold on, let's listen more. Yeah.
I'll start it with just the sound of me peeing, and then I'll be like, I'm done. I need to be wiped. And you'll come in and we'll be like, oh, hey.
Yeah, you get that.
Maybe that's the gimmick.
I like it.
That's the new holding court gimmick where through the theater of the mind that is radio, we pretend that I'm shitting and every guest is coming in to wipe me.
Just for no reason.
Oh, hi. Hey, buddy. You see? Oh, that's a big one. Oh, someone's been eating that fiber.
Ooh.
Oh, that was filthy. I dropped my phone in the toilet the other night. Mid-piss, and I peed all over my phone, and I still kept peeing as I reached my arm down into the toilet in my own pee and reached it out. Oh,
were you drinking? I mean, okay, so you were, because that's only something a drunk person would do.
Is drop their phone in the toilet.
Yeah, like I get flack for being a stoner sometimes, but like stoners don't piss on their phones.
God damn it. Is there anything a stoner does that you can actually get? I think it's just
I stop at green lights, so like cops can kind of get mad, I guess. But like,
you could also be confused.
Yeah,
you could also be old. You could be anything. You could be anything.
Really, no.
But like dropping phones in toilets is definitely a drunk man's game.
That's only a drunk person.
That's a drunk man's game.
No, it's a stoned person can drop a phone in a toilet, but it's a drunk person that pees on their phone after that, like continually. Like, I see it's in there. I'm not gonna stop.
Dude, I turned it off, did the whole thing, and I like put it in the rice. And you can tell a broke man when I was just like, oh man, I wonder if I can wash the rice off afterwards and eat it still.
No.
It was like, no. No. I finally poured it out, but I felt like garbage because it's just like, I wanted to eat this.
Oh, I forgot that you didn't actually pee. Oh, you did pee on your phone. Yeah, you did. Shit.
It was a jumble of things. I was overwhelmed.
So you were going to actually try and save a phone that you peed on?
It's this phone.
Ew.
It's all better. I put some Dawn on it and scrubbed the case, and then I took Purell wipes.
Hold on, you didn't even take the case off?
Oh, I took the case off of me. Well, the thing was, the bottom was open.
Is that like a life-proof case?
It is, but it's old and broken, so there's tons of holes. And I had headphones plugged in at the bottom, so it was open. So that's a high point in a man's life when I sat there and I like dried the pee off the phone, and then I sucked my own pee out of the headphone jack.
Disgusting.
And I was like, well,
great.
This is a good human being I've become. This is great. The future's
the real
exciting.
high point in your life.
This is the future. Boy, young me on the playground, young all of us are just like looking forward to this moment.
We sucking pee out of phones that we didn't know would exist.
Own pee. I mean, I don't know if any of us are going to pay people to pee on our phones, and I don't think we'd be sucking the pee out of it afterwards, but
maybe Joe.
Yeah, well, he's a little decadent. He's like a Roman emperor. He likes things.
Maybe.
Needlessly fancy.
No, I think you're the one that's into the weird stuff, right?
I'm a little weird. I get a little weird, but I'm also just a good boy. I love sherbet. I love Rocky Road. I love vanilla bean. I love all the flavors of ice cream. Who am I to say that vanilla's not as good as Rocky Road or that Rocky Road beats vanilla? I just love the love of the cream.
Cream, yeah.
All right, dude. I'm sorry we got all weird with the pee break, but I think we got to get going so we can go hit up this comedy spot.
Yeah, it's exciting,
dude. Love you, B. We'll catch you soon. And every time you're coming back to the city, you got to come on the show.
Yeah, I'd love to. Maybe next time we can do like a big group.
We got to. Dan was supposed to bring down his super mixer.
Yeah, you could probably get a splitter for that.
The thing is, I'm excited because Dan has that big mixer he's going to let me use, and it has a direct USB in, so then I can do every voice on different tracks. This is really inside baseball for everyone who's really interested in this shit. Probably edit it out. But anyway, we're going to do some comedy. Take it easy, assholes.
Thanks.